we've done the skin and shirt. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lock this down. I'm going to turn both of those off. And then I'm going to do a new layer. This will be interesting because I've got the hands in front of Scooby. So I may have to move those two hands into a different layer. That'll be good though too, to show you how to move something out of a layer into another layer. So let's do Scooby. Let's go get the right color. Get Scooby's color. And I probably should have done his ears on the skin tone there. Change that to black. Okay, notice that I had actually made my stroke brown and I flipped those and I made so that gave my stroke skin tone. So I went up here and just made sure it was all fixed before I started, making sure I'm on the right layer before I start. Make sure I've got my other layers locked down before I start. And make sure I've got the pen tool before I start. This one's not going to be fun. And yes, if you're tracing artwork in Illustrator with the pen tool, this is really how artists do it. They really do take this time to go through and use the pen tool. You're all like, no, they don't. Pen tool is awful. No, they really truly do. I'm sorry, guys. Go look up some artists using pen artists using Illustrator on YouTube. They really truly use the pen tool. I need to go back. And they really truly go through like this. Now they'll probably be using a tablet, which will go faster for them. But otherwise, I'm not going to go out and draw out his whole tail. Okay, so what happens if something like this happens where it's filled it in and you can't see where to go? Okay, in that case, come back over here, select your fill, get rid of your fill for now, and just use your strokes so you know where you've been. Oh, that's awful. And some of you are probably saying, well, what about those little open areas over there that are going to be covered up? You know, maybe none of you are even actually thinking that right now. I know I am. Like, how am I going to do that? Because what I'm going to end up with here is just going to be one big giant outline of Scooby. Do that. I was pointing at the screen with my finger. You can't see that. See this little area right here? Yeah. Dang it, I keep forgetting to hold down my Option, or Alt probably for you, so that I can come back in here and move my curve correctly. Because when you have a tight curve like that, you got to remember to hold down that Alt key to move just that one curve. And yeah, I know I'm making this, well, not necessarily look easy, but I'm flying through here fairly quickly because I have probably spent well, I know I have spent a whole lot more time on the pen tool than you have at this point. And that's because, one, I've been using Illustrator since Illustrator version 1, and 2, I have been teaching this for quite some time. So unless you play with Illustrator a lot at home, which I doubt many of you do, because if I had a choice, I would be using Photoshop as well. Ooh. And again, the hair is going to be in front of Scooby, so I know I can come over here and go bang, 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 and come down over here. Let's do it a little bit further out because I know the hair is going to cover it. Okay, and then I can put my fill back and check it. Is it perfect? No, but it doesn't look too bad. Let's try turning on our skin and our shirt now. And hey, hey, hey. Now the hands we're going to have to fix. Okay, but that doesn't look too bad. That does not look too shabby at all. All right, let's talk about, while we're still in this video, I'm going to turn my fill back off. Let's talk about details. Okay, I'm going to turn these two back off as well. Let's talk about details. How do we go back in and add all these little extra lines and stuff that are all in here? Okay. We're going to come in here and we're going to add an anchor point. That's already an anchor point. So let's go back over here and do pen tool. We'll start here at the end. We're going to make sure this, for when we're doing details, we want to make sure our fill is turned off. And we should be able to just go in and add on to that anchor, and I could. And how do I get rid of that? I don't remember, so I'm going to use my arrow tool. I'm going to go back to my pen tool. What's that again? V. Okay. Okay, and then that on, and then come in. What did I do? There we go. Then V and P for pen tool. And then V for arrow, P for pen tool. VP. VP. Scooby's got a lot of extra little details in here, doesn't he? This one's going to be interesting. Because I've got line already. There. There we go. All right, so you get the idea of how to do that. Let's turn the fill back on for the outline. Let me select the outline and then do fill, and you can see the lines that I added back in. And I might need to make those a little bit thicker. But it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so I'm gonna do some more work. And you don't want to sit here and watch me work all this. I'm gonna do some more work and then we'll catch back up, okay?